Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another boxing video where I am going to discuss about Jake Paul. Obviously we know the problem child in the influencer boxing scene. You know, he's fought MMA fighters, fought Tommy Fury, and you know he's been speaking on his podcast recently because, as you know, the high profile talks with him and Canelo fell through. Basically he got played. But let's talk about another fighter that he's decided to call out. But before we get into that, make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button as well. We're slowly making our way over to 1,000 subs, just little by little. But make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button as well. But you know what? I'll play the clip. This is on, I think it's on one of Jake Paul's podcasts. Yeah, I'll just play the clip. Play the clip, and then we can go from there.
I know my boundaries. I want to fight Anthony Joshua exclusive because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. I know
he just got knocked out, right?
Yeah. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit, but I want to fight you.
Yep. So here he said it. He wants to fight Anthony Joshua. Yes, you heard it right. Former heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua. He wants to fight him. Why? Because apparently AJ's got no chin. He's got no chin. He's stiff. Why? Just because he got knocked out to Dubois? Do you think that's why he's got no chin? Dubois, one of the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division, and you think you can beat him or even get in the ring with him? Like, look, like the influencer boxing thing, yeah, is all good when it's done correctly, yeah. But this shit's getting serious here, and this shit needs to stop, man. Know your role, know your lane, Jake Paul. Because let's be honest, when you fought against the boxer, you lost, and you didn't lose to a former world champion boxer that was way out of his prime, that you pulled out of the care home to fight to give a payday. You fought an up-and-comer in Tommy Fury, who, let's be honest, hasn't got many pro fights. Very limited skill-wise, as people would say. And you got schooled, my friend. You got schooled by Tommy Fury. And Tommy Fury, let's be honest, Tommy Fury ain't going to do shit. Like, in the terms of boxing. Like, Tommy Fury's never going to get his hand on the world title. Like, let me be real here. And the fact is, you're calling AJ out because... Why? Because he got no chin? AJ would kill you. AJ would kill you. And I know you got your little ego bruised when Canelo played you like a fool. But do you blame him? Because you're not a serious boxer. Just keep on fighting the MMA legends. Just keep fighting them because those are the fighters that you're going to beat. That or some legit boxing tomato cans that you fought. The Ryan Borland fight. Tomato can. Or who that other pro you fought? Andre August. And another boxing bum. Yeah, may look like he's got a good record, but when you look at the record, bums. And this is my issue. Like, have you got a death wish? Wanting to hop in the ring with Canelo. Like, we thought that it was mental when I heard Kamaru Usman, who at the time was at the top of the tree at the welterweight division, knocking out anyone that came in his way. I thought he was mad for calling out Canelo Alvarez. Because we saw what happened the last time that an MMA guy fought a boxing guy. Didn't end very well. You know, Conor Floyd. And Kamaru's at the height of his power. you're just not very good. And yeah, would it give AJ a big payday? Yeah, possibly. But would it give AJ's biggest payday? No. Would AJ even entertain it? Like, I know there was photos that came about that AJ phoned him, and by the looks of it, like, it's not going to happen in 2026. Like, it was reporting by his like MVP promotions that, yeah, we're going to look to get, the two fights Jake wanted was this year was Canelo and AJ. Like, it's not going to happen. One, because you've got the whole boxing promoter thing, majig, like, you've got all those issues. And plus, AJ wants to be a world champ again. Still got ambitions of being a world champ. He's not going to be a world champion boxer if he fights you. Jake, just stick to what you're good at, mate. Just stick to promoting. Like, I've actually got respect for you. Like, promoting Amanda Serrano. Just sign another big name in the women's boxing space. You really put Serrano, Katie Taylor, Netflix on your undercard. Yeah, big respects to that. But let's be honest, you fight any boxer that's even a little bit better than Tommy Fury, you're going to lose because you're not that good. You're just not that good. And you've had no step up since you fought Tommy. There's been no improvement, no progression. What? You've fought Nate Diaz in boxing. Phew. And then you fought Mike Tyson, who was practically dying. Training, the weight. The fight had to get pulled because Mike Tyson was ill. And then he still fought anyway. Like, that's what you're good at, Jake Paul. You're good at, getting the old men paydays. Get a retirement fighters paydays. And when's your MMA debut, by the way, Jake? When's that supposed to happen? You know that big contract with the PFL you signed? Supposed to be making your MMA debut? Had diddly squat about that. Is that even happening? Because let's be honest, unless you're going to fight a bum in MMA, you're probably going to lose that as well. Right? So I don't understand where you're going to go with the whole, I want to fight the elite of the elite. Like, mate, you can't even beat Tommy fucking Fury. You can't beat Tommy fucking Fury. And Tommy Fury's only famous because of the Fury last name. Because Tommy Fury is just a Love Islander. A Love Islander that boxes on the side. He ain't a real fighter. He ain't a real fighter, Tommy Fury. Let's be real here. But this crap needs to stop. Someone needs to check Jake Paul. Someone needs to pull him to a side and go, what? Like, stop calling out guys that we're never gonna fight. Like, stop it. Because you're making yourself look silly now. You're making yourself look silly calling out boxers like Tommy Fury kept you on the end of a jab. Piece of piss. AJ would knock you out with a jab. And like, come on, like, we know that in the Jake Paul group, the Jake Paul, the better stuff, we know that people don't like to tell. We know people don't want to tell you no. That, oh no, you can't do this, or no, you can't do that. Like, just get the fight people want to see. That's if they still care, which is you and KSI. That's the fight we want to see. We don't want to see you get killed by AJ Canelo. We don't want to see Dylan down as KSI. Just give the fight that the influencers still want to see, and then carry on promoting the women's boxers like you're doing. Because this whole shtick is, yeah, I'm a professional boxer. I'm going to fight at the Olympics. Yeah? How is that going to work? Like, look. Just look at this. Does Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul happen? The answer is, of course it freaking doesn't. Look, calls him on the phone, Jake Paul 2026. Like, AJ, like, what the? Like, are you still concussed, AJ? Are you still concussed? from what Dubois did to you that you now want to call out Jake Paul? That you now want to entertain this game, this, the Jake Paul circus. Yeah, you want to entertain this? Do you want to tarnish your credibility? Because that's what you're going to do if you're going to dance down this road. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be like, oh, but AJ got knocked out by Dubois and then he's going to fight Jake Paul. Your confidence is that low that you need to go and fight Jake Paul. Come on, please, AJ. You're better than that. Surely you got a better people round. And I look at this. Jake Paul sent me a list of desired fights for 25 and 26. 3 days after the Canelo match at Fall Apart. 6 fighters on the list. 1 was Anthony Joshua. I called Jake to make sure he was serious. He eloquently says he was 2026. Well, guess what? We'll be watching for you to get absolutely wrecked. We're going to watch you pretty much die in the ring. That's what's going to happen if you get in there with Anthony Joshua. Because Anthony Joshua ain't going to play no games. Like, come on, guys. Like, what you're playing at? Let's not ruin the gravy train, upset the apple cart by, cashing, writing checks that you ain't going to cash. And then here is Jake Paul showing that look who called Anthony Joshua. Scroll down there, look. Anthony Joshua, because he said that he'd knock out AJ because he's got no chin and he's stiff. Fuck me, if he's stiff and hasn't got a chin, then what do you have? Oh yeah, you only fight people that that you are significantly heavier. That's why this, even if AJ even wants to entertain this, you know why this fight won't happen? Because AJ's the bigger guy. We know Jake doesn't like to fight people that are close to his weight or want to drop down. He wants to be the weight bully. And you ain't going to outweight bully Anthony Joshua unless he's got some crazy locked up genetics inside that he's like a 260 plus pound super athlete, which is not going to happen. But it is absolutely crazy, guys. And I don't want this to happen because you're now making the mockery of the sport of boxing. And yes, we can say, oh, boxing's been in a steady state of decline. People may say, oh, influence of boxing's made more people interested in boxing. But let's be honest, stupid shit like that's going to turn people off boxing. Yeah, it is. And the long pause is, it's going to turn people off boxing. People were disgusted about the Mike Tyson thing. Like, yes, I know I did a watch long on it, but it was disgusting. It was a shit fight. Mike didn't want to be there, but he got paid a shit ton. So it's a bit like, when does this stop? Is it going to need to take, one of these influencers to suffer irreparable damage for people to go, shit, maybe they've gone a bit too far. For people to go realize that maybe I shouldn't be calling out like fighters that are still in their physical prime. Maybe, but I don't think it will. I think I don't wish injury upon anyone really, and the fact is that it's probably going to need to take something like that, like a high-profile influencer biting off a little bit more than they can chew, for people to go, yeah, we shouldn't be entertaining this no more. So, like, this gravy train is going to end at some point, and for me, it only ends when that happens for me. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Does Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul actually fight in 2026? If so, why? Let me know if you actually believe this fight will happen, why you think it will happen. For me, this fight ain't happening. This fight is not happening. If it does, then I question Anthony Joshua's ambition. I question whether or not he still wants to get the world championships, tried to chase the undisputed. I really question that ambition if he decides after the Dubois fight that he wants to jump in the ring with Jake Paul. But let me know, guys, what you think in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button for more content, and we'll see you all very soon. Peace.